These stories are starting to get outdated. You know what I'm saying? So what are they gonna turn to?
Yeah,
Definitely.
all right, so we waiting at sneaker con right
Got
now.
the Yeezys. It's good.
It's good. We on Facebook.
So yesterday I made a video talking about this shoe right here and how, they're starting to drop a lot of heat. And next year they're gonna be dropping a lot of heat, like a lot of grails that people wasn't able to get. And just a lot of shoes that bring back memories when, man, you used to look at that shoe on somebody's foot and be like, man, I wish I could have had that shoe. I wish my mom would have got me that shoe. And it made me think, like, who's at fault for this? Who's at fault for where the sneaker game is at right now? Because it used to be a time where it didn't matter what shoe was coming out, what colorway was coming out. If it looked good, it looked good and you wanted that shoe. It didn't matter if the shoe was going for money. It didn't matter about the things that matter today. And me being a sneakerhead since the early 2000s, it has changed. It's changed. To me, getting a shoe, waiting online, making friends online, those are memories. Every shoe you see in this closet behind me, I can tell you how I got it. I can tell you where I got it from. These things are not important to the normal consumer these days in their mind. My mom bought me this shoe because I did good in school. I bought the shoe for myself as a gift because I've completed something, an accomplishment, just like how some people buy watches, shoes are how some people, celebrate themselves. At least for me, you know what I mean? I can't talk for everybody else, but who's at fault for all of this? And it's really had me thinking last night, like as I was going to bed and reading some of the comments as I was going to bed and replying to you guys. Like, this shoe did not sell out, all right? And this shoe was a grail to a lot of sneakerheads that I know growing up. You know what I mean? It was very hard for me to get this shoe when I had got it in 2012. All right, but this is sitting right now. But this shoe last week sold out and had everybody going crazy. Now, granted, he didn't never wear these in a game, all right? He was wearing these on, like a picture ad or whatever the case with golf clubs and everything behind him. So I get it, all right? He didn't never wear these, but this shoe, it is a black and white, everything goes with it. Great for school, great for everything, I get it. But this shoe right here is not even out yet. Under retail. One of the best colorways on the Air Jordan 1 ever. All the stories behind it. Now, back to what I said in the beginning. Whose fault is it? All right, because I know me. For most of these shoes on the channel, I try to give you guys a little bit of a backstory. I try to give you guys, a little bit of history of like how the shoe came about, who made it even sometimes. But as time has gone on, I don't even think you guys want to know that type of stuff anymore. It's not about the history to you guys anymore. But in reality, if it wasn't for the history, none of us would like this stuff. You know what I mean? Jordan, did all these crazy things in these shoes that we see on this table right here. And without the history being there, I don't think a lot of people in today's world understand like how important it was to like see this stuff on TV and just to give yourself that hype or that dream of, hey, this guy can do it, I can do it too. You know what I mean? I can make it out too. And I think a lot of people in this day and age aren't really, connecting the dots when it comes to that type of stuff. It's, okay, this looks nice, this looks cool. This dude got 2 million likes, 2 million views on this for posting this. Okay, I want to do it too. I think that's what it's coming to. Because when you talk about fault, it's not my job to sit here and like tell you the whole story and history. I mean, to a certain extent, yes, it is, but I want to show you the shoe, highlight the shoe and everything like that. But again, too, it's Nike's job. You know what I mean? We don't see the commercials about these shoes like we used to back in the day. We don't see these shoes in the malls, in the glass weeks before like it was back in the day, to gain that, oh man, I gotta work harder to get, I gotta figure out how I'm gonna get this shoe. I gotta show my mom, bring her to this store to see this shoe, tell her I want it. We don't see these shoes in the stores weeks ahead. It's all about social media and everything now, which is cool and everything like that. But I also mentioned in a video the other day, like how I was talking about some of the older YouTubers that I used to watch and everything. And another thing that I want to think about is, you know, back in the day, there was more so of, we didn't have as many outlets to see all these pieces. Okay, so we didn't see the outlets, we didn't see the 23isback.com. I don't even know if that website is still up. We didn't see the 23isback.com. I was talking about how I used to always go on Nice Kicks. That was another website I used to always go on too, 23isback. We just have everything at our fingertips right now. And whatever is cool, everybody just wants to be a part of. You know what I mean? So I take that to say this, you know, just because it's cool right now and you can get a lot of views on it and, you know, it's hot, the ladies love it, everybody wants to be a sneakerhead and whatnot. And I can kind of take some fault to this, you know what I mean, because I am part of it, I guess. You know, I do review these shoes, I do, you know, make shorts on shoes and they go stupid crazy viral sometime on Instagram. But I really can't say who's at fault here. Do you tell me, guys, who's at fault? Because to me, it seems like Nike is like, you know what? They want it, we're gonna keep pushing it out. Keep pushing it out. I believe back in the day, you know, and I say back in the day like I'm a million years old, it just used to be a few releases here, a few releases here. You get a big release around this time period of the month. You get a big one at the end of the year during Christmas. It's like ever since COVID, because I'm pretty sure these things are like done a year, 2 years in advance. You know, these lists are already like predetermined, you know, ahead of time. It's not like, okay, we're gonna do this on the dime, you know what I mean? Unless it's like a collaboration, yes. But when it comes to straight, you know, we're gonna release this, we're gonna release that. This stuff has been thought about, talked about, probably at least a year or two in advance, maybe even longer. But with COVID happening, people just had a lot of money, and the market of everything was up. Everything. It was probably the best time in sneaker history that we know of right now, that, you know, you could buy a shoe and damn near double it just for having one pair of shoes. And it was like instant. As soon as you listed it, boom, gone. Now, I don't know if shoes will ever be like that again. It could be. But a lot of people don't know enough about Jordan. Jordan is starting to become almost like Santa Claus. Like, people in today's age know the guy's name, but probably never seen a video of him. You know, couldn't tell you probably even what team he played for. Now, I know I'm exaggerating just a little bit here, but just think about it, man. What is Jordan gonna do after this? If they're giving us so many releases in 2025, is this the end of an era? And of course, somebody said to me, oh, Jordan's not gonna stop. Of course they're not gonna stop selling shoes. It's $1 billion company. When you work for a company and they stop giving you toilet tissues and, you know, different things like that, they got the money, but they just, okay, you've used all this already for the month. We're not gonna reapply this or restore this until next month. It's all about budgeting, and I get that. But the way they're dropping these shoes, it was like last year we seen so many pair of these ones that it's just like, okay, it's enough of that. You know, once you get so much of something, you're tired of it. We as men know this. Women too. We as men and women know this. You keep banging that same chick, it's gonna get boring after a while. You know what I mean? Especially when you're young. And that's what it's coming down to. You know what I mean? Everybody just wants to have the young, hot stuff. And honestly, Asics is taking over right now. Now, I don't know if Asics can find another superstar like Nike has done with Travis Scott, because he is the biggest right now. And that's like the Jordan of our world right now. But let's be honest. If an Air Jordan 1 Low had a backwards swoosh on it without Travis Scott name on it, it would sit. It would sit. And you're lying if you're saying it wouldn't. You would say, man, this shoe looks fake. Why did they do this to the shoe? Why did they turn this around? That's what you would say. Shit, me too. But honestly here, guys, like, I don't think I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen after 2025. Yes, there's a lot of grails that we haven't seen yet on a shoe, like a lot of grails that we haven't seen. But you know, somebody that's 18 through 24 doesn't know nothing about that shoe. You know, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like they can just keep, you know, doing the same thing over and over and over. Yes, they can, you know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty sure everybody's not gonna be able to get their hands on these, or, you know, everybody got their hands on these. Everybody's not going to the mall every day to recheck if Nike got a restock on Tuesday and Wednesday. You know what I mean? So I get it. You know, people do miss out and things like that, but for the masses of the people that was there when Jordan was there, and then like the people that they told about it and then was able to see it just a little bit, because I didn't see it. I saw like the end of it. I was a big Kobe fan. Kobe was my Jordan growing up. I was born in the 90s, okay? Kobe was my Jordan growing up. Okay, so I seen the end of it when he was with the Wizards. But I had those 17s. That's the next route I think they should be going. Past the 15, past the 14, because we don't really see the 15, 16, 17. We started seeing the 17 this year, which I'll review to you guys a few shoes earlier this year, but we don't see the 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And maybe they will go that route after 2025, after we get all these classics. I'm pretty sure that's what is in the works, because we haven't seen those shoes. It's starting to get stale.
Now, I don't know how I really thought about this, but I found so many good pictures, guys. I've been wanting to show you guys on other videos of me back in like 2012, 2011, things like that. Now, this was a time before there was a name for, you know, reselling, and there was a stock market for shoes and whatnot. Shoes prices and everything was based off what you think it could sell for back then, and the only place to really check how much something was worth was to compare it to Flight Club, because that was all we really had back then. But wow, I'm so happy I found these pictures, and you know, just to have this thought, man, brings back memories.
Even Air Jordan 4s aren't going for resale anymore. And you guys may be saying like, who cares about resale and whatnot? Everybody cares about resale. Everybody. Okay. Foot Locker, they're resellers. They buy the shoes at XYZ amount, sell it for 60, 70%. Okay. Back in the day, Nike didn't have the map to know where every store was. Okay. They didn't know where, you know, this brick and mortar was in the heart of, you know, Chicago. They didn't know where this brick and mortar was in the heart of, you know, Ohio somewhere. So that's why Nike, you know, distribute shoes to different brick and mortars and street stores and stuff like that, because they need to have a map of, okay, we need to get this shoe out here, this shoe out here, this shoe out here, this shoe out here. But now that they're so big and they're starting to cut down, you know, giving out shoes to Foot Locker and Champs, and, you know, stop giving, you know, all these brick and mortar all these heat. Give them more of these bricks to sell first, so they can pay off their account, then see if they can sell this type of stuff. You know, that's what it's coming to now. All these stores are shutting down, getting less product, because Nike is like, you know what? We can sell this stuff our own. We can sell all this stuff on our own now. We're big enough. Everybody knows us. They're gonna find the shoe. Let's just start making more Nike stores. I know I keep jumping over all over the place, but it's just so much stuff to talk about on this topic on whose fault it is. But I mean, when we really sit here and think about it, is there another powerhouse that can overtake Nike? All right, back in 2013, we all know, you know, Yeezy signed with Adidas after, you know, the breakup with Nike and everything like that. Then in 2015, I believe it was, he dropped his first shoe, which was the 750, which I had the next one, which was like the glow in the dark one. I think I paid, I don't even remember how much I paid for it, but I was so happy when I finally got that shoe. But that shoe was so hard, so exclusive. It had all of us in the chokehold. It had all of us in the chokehold. If you want to remember it or not, everybody was wearing Adidas. Adidas was starting to take over. Nike was down, just like at this point right now. They're not down like it was then. They're still the top dog, but in that era, 2015, 2016, 2017, Adidas was taking over. Everybody was done with Jordan. It was over. We was tired of it. We were like, you know what? They're not giving us anything. It's over. All right. Tell the truth. You know it. And then what happened? They signed Virgil. Came out with the off-white ones, Chicago's. They was back. That is when collaborations and all this stuff started becoming cool. Instagram was on the rise. It was over. Once they did that, once it was like teaming up to beat LeBron at the time of when all this stuff was happening. I know this video is probably gonna be long as heck, but I wanna get you guys feedback on this, man. Who is the start and why is this happening? Who is at fault? Is this an ever and ever? Can somebody beat Nike? Now, I'm saying all this to say this again. You know, back in 2016, 2017, Adidas was on top. That's all you wanted to wear at the time. They was comfortable. OD comfortable at the time. Then they started making the Ultra. Then they started making the, what was that called? The Ultra Boost 2? Oh man, the 2.0s, and that had us in a chokehold, man. A chokehold. Comfortability was at an all-time high, I'm telling you. And then they started making collabs with Virgil, and then they went off to, you know, the Union and everything. And we're gonna be seeing that shoe next year. But is it too late? I don't know. It's not too late. It's gonna sell out. If it has a collaboration on it, it's gonna have the good leather. It's gonna have everything that we want on it. But they used to do that on regular shoes back in the day. Like regular shoes. Like you guys like don't probably recall this, but I'm gonna see if I have some pictures, man. When I used to post on Facebook, like I used to have some 3s that just came with like the best leather. I used to have some 4s that just was like, oh man, the powder blue 3s. What was that? I forget the other name of that shoe. It was like black and gray and silver. Let me see if I have a picture of it. I'm gonna show you guys that. But it was just a different time, man. Like now, in order to get those type of materials and everything like that on a shoe, we have to get it with a collab. Like I said earlier in this video, you know, with the Travis Scott, you know, all those things come with like the best qualities and, you know, to the T packaging and whatnot. But they need to bring back this type of stuff, man, because if they're not bringing back what got us here in the first place, I don't know what else you can do, honestly. And if there's gonna be another powerhouse, I don't know if they will be able to come back the next time around, because you got to think about it. This time around, Adidas almost did jump over, you know, the Jumpman, according to, you know, Kanye. It almost did, you know what I mean? Until they found out what to do with the collaborations with Virgil, and then how everybody else started collaborating with everybody, and then that's when we all started getting these different collaborations. It was none of that before Yeezy joined Adidas. It was none of that. It was none of that. It was just pure Jordan coming out with this shoe, this. But then after that happened, it just became, okay, we're gonna start adding this person name to it, that person name to it, yada, yada, yada. And now, you know, we have some of these shoes that just go crazy on the resale market. But people just don't want something regular anymore. We're in a time age now where social media is at the time of being the best, being the top, having the most exclusive stuff. And who's to blame? Who is to blame? I can't sit here and say that, you know, I'm not a part of the problem, because yes, I am wearing this stuff daily. Yes, I am giving it free promo, and that is what, you know, these companies do want. They want you to wear their stuff. They don't want to have to put out a commercial. They don't want to have to put this on the shelf and things like that. They want the free promotion. I get it. But at the end of the day, if something is starting to get watered down, you have to do something to switch it up. And Nike is not giving us other shoes to switch it up. Like I said in the last video, you know, this is a big majority of their stuff. Now, yes, they do sell a lot of other, you know, other Nike shoes that people love to wear and everything like that. But if another company finds a superstar, a mega superstar, can Nike overcome what happened in 2015 and 16 and 17? I don't know. People are already tired of these shoes. They're going for no money, all right? And if something's going for no money, people don't want it. You get tired of smashing that chick the same way over and over and over after a while. I get it. Trust me. But what is gonna be the next thing? If it's not gonna be Jordan, what's gonna be the next thing? ASIC? How long is that gonna be a wave for? Because everything has to come to an end, but I just wanna know you guys' take on this. I'm gonna end the video here, but I just wanna know you guys' take on this. Is Jordan gonna find a way to get out of the slump of just recreating, rewashing, and just saying, revamping things? Because it's been only 8 years since we've seen this. And yes, they used to, retro things like a lot, especially like the 5s that's coming out. They have came out with those black 5s a lot. I remember I bought a pair not too long ago, maybe like 5-7 years ago. Maybe not even that long, maybe like 4 years ago. And somebody stole it from my job because I remember ordering it from Nike to my job there. And that's what I'm saying. I have a story about every shoe. So those metallic 5s that's coming back out, they did release not too long ago because I remember them getting stolen from a job that I used to work out like pre-COVID, like maybe 2018 or something like that. So all of these shoes I have a story for, all right? But I'm getting old now, you know what I mean? I'm getting old now, and the next generation that came up didn't really know who the guy was, you know what I'm saying? And it's not about what you did in the shoe or who had the shoe to make it the reason of why it is now. This used to be a trophy to me, you know what I mean? I mean, it is still a trophy to me, but as a kid, I didn't want to wear it. I would just like to look at it, smell it, enjoy it, look at all the memorabilia it came with. You know what I mean? Now I'm, paying more for it, not as good of quality on certain pairs, not getting the memorabilia inside the shoe, meaning like the cars that it used to come with, and, all the flight stuff if you were signed up to the website and things like that back in the day. Just certain things you aren't getting with these shoes anymore that I think they need to bring back, as well as telling a story, because he's becoming Santa Claus, you know what I mean? Like, is the guy real or not? You know what I mean? To a certain extent. And I just want to know, like, why, as a community, do we think that, this is going to be it? We're seeing, some of the hottest shoes released next year, guys. Like some of the hottest shoes ever to, touch the floor, the court, however you want to look at this. But a lot of stuff is coming out next year. And once you get it, how many times again do you want it over again? You know what I mean? After you had it. And I think that's the real discussion here of, what else can they show us? Because they really haven't had another superstar that has had like a model shoe like this, where you can wear it on and off the court. You know what I mean? Kobe, yes, you can wear it on and off the court. Yes, you can wear it on and off the court, but other than that, KD's, they don't really look like that shoe that you want to wear off the court. You know what I'm saying? And he's already about to be out the league too. So I mean, the next player, what we have now, Tatum shoes, Luka, like who wants to wear those shoes, to be just styling them? They just don't look like that. You know what I mean? They're not this. So, I mean, even Travis Scott, you know what I mean? How much longer is, he gonna be making music and, just flying around, and how much longer is he gonna be cool to the youth? You know what I'm saying? I'm just being real here. We're all getting old here. These stories are starting to get outdated. You know what I'm saying? So what are they gonna turn to? We all want a comfortable shoe. I've been saying this in all my videos. We all want a comfortable shoe. Yes, these shoes are nice, dope, hard, but we want them to feel more comfortable. What are you gonna do to give us better quality, make it more comfortable on feet? That's what we want to know. That's what we've been talking about. That's what I've been talking about. We all want comfortability as we get older. It's no more about, yeah, that shoe is nice, but how comfortable is it? You want to know about how comfortable it is now. You don't want to be wearing something that's giving your feet blisters and whatnot anymore. At least I don't. But let me know, man. Who started this? Who started this? And if you're gonna say like the YouTubers and whatnot, I have to take accountability, but there's some other people on this website or on this app that I agree, man. There's just some people where, you're just like looking at a shoe, they're just telling you how much is stock and telling you when there's gonna be a shop drop, but then when the shop drop doesn't happen, they're like, oh, well, you know, it didn't happen just because they're stealing people's information and, you know, making 4 or 5 videos about one shoe just to get the views and get paid. Like, it's just not genuine anymore, guys. It's just not genuine. This whole stuff is just, you can't tell who's in love with you. You can't tell who's in love with you anymore, man. You can't tell if the booty is real or fake anymore. You can't. And it's sad to say. It's sad to say because, you know, everybody is just trying to make a quick dollar. Everybody is just trying to get paid, which is fine. I get it. But to me, sneakers is love. Like, I've grown up on shoes. Like, I've made friends talking about shoes. You know, it's just like a piece of my childhood that I just like think back like, man, you know, like this story has a lot of ways I can take it, guys. Like, I can sit here and talk to you guys about this topic for hours and hours and hours and hours, honestly. And it'd all be different stories. Just like how, you know, when I get these shoes and I'm telling you guys a different story. A lot of these people don't really have a story. They're just saying they got it from StockX, getting it from this place, getting it from that place. These people aren't in love with their culture. You know, they're just doing it because it's hot right now. And I think that's why, you know, we've seen a lot of people on YouTube really die out and, you know, not make or create videos anymore because it's dying down or whatever the case is. But when you're passionate about something, you know, you can tell who's passionate about something. You can tell who knows their stuff about these releases. You can tell who just wrote a script and things like that, or just, you know, have a nice story to say about the shoe. But you can tell, you know if you ever seen that person at a store. You know if you ever seen that person outside of this body of work. You know. And if you don't know, you're naive. But anyway, I just wanted to get on here and talk about this topic. I had fun, you know, actually making that video yesterday, even though it felt so fast, but the timing on it was just perfect. Like, in 2025, this could be an end of an era. You know, I know people that like myself, and I'm not like the beginning of the generation of when Jordans were made and whatnot, but, you know, it's just like, I don't know what's gonna happen next. I'm gravitating to, you know, seeing the end of, you know, a heavy shoe. We are in the years and time now when everybody want an uncomfortable, affordable shoe. I don't think shoes will ever be $300, $400, you know, to even hold or sit on for very long. You know what I mean? People are cutting prices. People are always trying to get something off their hands because it's going down more in price. I just don't see it. I just don't see a shoe just sitting at a certain price anymore for a certain amount of money, because number one, if it is, Nike's gonna remake it, chop down the price of it. So, I mean, there's just no point in doing that type of stuff anymore. But depending on how good of feedback you guys give me on this video, I'll be making more videos like this. I know this video is probably pretty long. I just want to say thank you guys for the support and watching this video. But let me know in the comments box below. Let's talk about this. Let's have a community discussion. Like, what and who is at fault? You know what I mean? And what is gonna happen? Let's make some pre-decisions. Let's see who knows what. Who can think outside the box and determine what is Nike gonna do? Can another powerhouse, you know, give them a run for their money? Because if they can, I don't think they can make another return after this one. We've already seen the Virgils. We've already seen some of the biggest names in the world collaborate with Nike. Now they can get another superstar, megastar like Taylor Swift or somebody, but I don't know how the fellas are gonna be feeling about, you know what I mean, going towards a women exclusive shoe, especially the shoes that, see, like, I could just keep talking, especially the shoes that we get nowadays where it's like a women exclusive, like that Bread 11 the other day, it sold out. This shoe didn't sell out. You know what I mean? So it's just like unpredictable in what can happen in this world. So I just don't know. You know, everything is unpredictable. You know what I mean? But is this the end of it ever? You know, or is this only the beginning? You know what I mean? I just want to say thank you guys for the support. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, show your boy some love. Stay tuned.